Hello, my ladies and pretty gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Look What's Happening in the Spiritual Realm with yours truly, Light. So, as you know, I've been taking October a little light because the energies are so dense and I want to be very particular and directed about it. But what I've picked up yesterday is something that you might need to sit down and have a glass of coffee, or, for those of you who are predatory about coffee and drinking coffee, tea, I don't know, whatever you got. Because there is an energy that I've been digesting, and this is what I'm getting. They didn't want to be one of your victims. And take this with a grain of salt, because I picked up on an energy of a scam artist. Someone that uses love for everything else except for it being about love. Now, this energy could be an energy that you've dealt with, or this could be someone who's dealt with you and who wants to portray you as such. And I'm going to say this because this energy gave you power that they anticipated you had. And not only did they, but by placing you in a point of view of making you seem like you are the bad guy, like you are this so-called scam artist, someone has sort of projected that energy onto people that don't even know you. And these people that don't even know you had this anticipation about you. They anticipated that everything you say, everything you do, that you have a power that you're not yet wielding against them. And the fear of some kind of other shoe dropping on them, the fear that you might have more power, that you are actually playing docile, kind of haunted some people, some energies that came into your life or are coming into your life. Because for a lot of you, there is this karmic, there is this energy around you that refuses to let things end, that refuses to acknowledge the fact that it just didn't work out, right? Nobody has to be an evil predator for things not to have worked out. But this energy, if this isn't you, if this isn't somebody projecting on you as being this love scam artist, then this is an energy that you've dodged, is what I'm getting. Because for whatever reason, there was an energy that's very elusive, right? I think I've spoken about this a long time ago. These energies that don't quite belong, they don't quite live in the matrix, they're not quite human fully, but they do come and go. They have like mission and purposes that they're driven by the dark realm. And they may or may not know it, but a lot of them do, because they've intentionally sort of relinquished power to their evil side, to their yang side, I'm just using basic terminology here. They've allowed themselves to operate from that lower sphere. They enjoy the power it gives them. So there was an energy that was kind of testing the water when it comes to you. Like, okay, let's see, is this person viable enough for the things that I want to use them for? And for whatever reason, Spirit has a way of shielding you, has a way of making you seem like you're not where you are, you don't have the things that you actually have, that people can easily either fool you, or they're always coming a step behind, meaning they're always, if they're planning on using you, they're showing up a step behind the thing that they need to use you for before that thing shows up. For example, if they needed to use you for a house or for some type of opportunity, then that opportunity doesn't show up until this energy has come and went in your life. Or there's a direct correlation, or there is a direct sorry. I've had a hard time in October. A direct crossroads of these gifts from Spirit that come into you before or right after these, especially right after these karmic interventions coming in. So you're going to notice that a lot in your life. You're going to notice that a lot, that crossroad. And this energy came in that crossroad. So if this is not an energy that you've already dealt with or you've dealt, or this is an energy that's projecting onto you as though you are a scam artist, this is a story or this is the energy that I read. It's a very psychopathic energy. This person is very persuasive. They're very calm. They don't really involve themselves in their feelings. They may have feelings. They may show them. They might actually be so open and expressive about them that you might believe that they're right. That you might believe that they're actually just a genuine person who's looking for, genuine things. But they have a plan, and they usually use love or lovers to execute this plan, or people that they're in a very close bond with if this is not a love situation. But for a lot of you, this is what the story is. This is the energy I picked up on. It's using relationships to get needs met. So when this energy needs to transition into a different state of life, into a different upgrade, they usually aim or they pick an individual and they use them for what they're worth. And as they move on, there's a very cold and calculated energy about this person. And for some of you, they're scam artists in the meaning of money, just money in general. And for others, it's more of a spiritual thing. So if this is not a person that is coming in your life, or a person that you've kind of went through that crossroad with, this is an energy from your past that refuses to let you go, and that has this story about you that wants to believe that you are said scam artist. Just saying that you are this elusive creature, and they're giving you so much power. They're thinking of you in such a weird sphere of existence, like you can calculate way beyond a normal person can calculate, that you can long haul it, like you can be there for years and years and you can get your needs met. You can see through the plan and make sure that everybody plays their part and have no involvement in your heart separate from what the plan is that you've initially stepped into this relationship with. This is the kind of person that's awarding you so much power. And this anticipatory power that they're giving you, it's spreading, is what I'm hearing, to people that don't even know you, right? And this energy is so projected that it's almost creating an aura around you where people are stepping very cautiously. They're stepping very, like, they can't quite put a finger on what it is about you that's drawing them in, but they have a lot of fear. They have a lot of like, why is this person available to me? Like, there is an energy that this karmic, that's somewhat obsessively trying to figure out the fact that you've played them. That's how they want to see it. Like, you've played them, even though you may not have. Even though you can't possibly organize your thoughts years ahead and play such a scam. But this energy wants to believe that you're psychopathic. And I'm saying this may not be for you directly. This may be for an energy that you are in contact with. So take this as it resonates. So there's a lot of mirroring going on. Like, the kind of mirroring that I'm picking up on is that of this karmic energy that has projected for so long onto you, this belief because of the fear of having to transform their life after you've either left them. For a lot of you, it's a situation where you've left them. They cannot face the consequences or the accountability to transform their life. They want to spread the pain around, is what I'm hearing. They want to make sure that you feel that horrible, torturous heartache that they felt. And more often than not, this is a heartache that, honestly, that they've delayed, because you may have given them chances. You may have actually been open to working things with them, but they never took that opportunity when they had you. Like, this is the thing with a lot of you chosen ones. It's like, when you allow people to come into your life, they immediately think that they can devalue you. They think that you don't have any value because you have allowed them access to your world. When in reality, that is actually saying a lot about how they see themselves versus who you really are. It says that they don't feel like they're worthy to have access to genuine companionship. They don't feel like they have anything to offer to someone. It says a lot about them and their mentality as opposed to you. So, you know how I like to keep these videos short, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. So this energy, this karmic energy, their decisions towards ventures, business, relationships, seems to be solely guided on getting one over you, getting back on you. And I'm getting like this energy that's very drunk. And for some of you, this could be actual drugs and alcohol involved. But it's more so drunk off of like, I need to take the power that this person took from me. And I need to hurt them with that power. But by doing that, they've actually given you power that people may not have even known that you had, is what I'm hearing. They give you power that was unseen. Your unseen power is coming to the forefront, and it could be even an overestimation of your power. And this energy doesn't know exactly what they're doing when they're doing this. When they're creating this story, this narrative in their mind, they're actually altering things in your aura, and they might think it's in a negative way, but it's actually in a positive way. I'm hearing spirit using them as a detergent, as like a roach repellent, as some kind of like an energy that repels people that aren't on your level. People that cannot think for themselves, that cannot see and believe what they see, or that cannot come to conclusions on their own. They're actually acting like a filtration process because their intention is that they never want you to feel love or to be in a companionship. Like, this is a haunting kind of energy of like someone constantly 5 steps behind someone or trying to be a step ahead of you, but spirit is constantly using them as a pawn. And I don't think this energy is going to understand it until they have reached a point where they have blown your power out of proportion, that people are going to start to see that this person might not be stable. Like, because they're trying to create instability in your life. But now people are realizing that this energy might not be quite stable. Like, the things that they say don't really hold any weight. It's actually irrational. So what has happened is, in this crossroad that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, when this energy acted as some type of repellent, hold on, I'm getting something. They've only repelled energies that were never meant to be in your sphere. But that's not always the case. I'm seeing or feeling an energy that is doubtful. It doesn't know exactly what decision to make. And this is something in the future I'm getting. And this is going to be in the second video that I'm making, part 2 from this one. Kind of like a sister video. But there's an energy that's doubtful, that's very perceptive. And they're kind of like, honestly, this has become a homework for them to some extent. They're like, okay, I don't want to jump the gun here. And for some of you, it's an energy of actual compassion that this person might feel towards this energy, this karmic energy that's somewhat, in a way, losing their mind because they feel like you wielded a great deal of power over them. What they didn't know is that it's because you may have supported their life in a way that was unfair to you. You could have supported their energy, fed them so much of your chi, as I like to call it in this channel, that when you left, a lot of things fell apart. And it created some type of illusion in their mind. Like, they felt like they had to create an illusion in order to move past this pain. But they couldn't move past it. You brought so much to their life that your absence was absolutely monumental, and they couldn't fill that gap in. Like, they couldn't fill that gap with other people, with drugs and alcohol, and they have tried. So instead, they're trying to fill it with illusions. They're trying to fill it with the pain that you feel far away from them. as long as they are the ones who are causing that pain. Do you see what I mean? Because dealing with the pain, dealing with the fact that it is over, that you're not really ever going to deal with them, it makes them realize how little they actually brought to you, and everybody else will realize that too. And it's not even a dig on them. They may have given you some things, but they never acknowledged what you brought. They stomped on you. And this is where karma is coming to them, because they were running all over you when they had you. Like I said, when you were in their world, they devalued you because they lacked value in themselves. And they have to catch up with all that work they were delaying, that they were bypassing onto you during the time of your interaction with them. It could be years, months for some of you. But go to part 2, because I feel like this video is getting longer than I intend it to be. And part 2 is actually having to do with something in the future as well as something in the past. And I think it's so positive, and it comes from a place of compassion, which I really found it to be a breath of fresh air, because everything has been like a shotgun lately. Thank you for listening, and as usual, I don't reach out. Those are scammers. Everything you need to know is in the description box down below, and as usual, until next time.